and welcome to Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 191 as we got some takeaways from the NFL, AFC, and NFC. If you watched it, the last podcast, Lisa and I talked about it. Well, let's hear what Timmy Cook's got to say about it as his Broncos did go down. We have a new coach in the Buffalo Bills. We'll talk about that. And then what are we watching now? Now that football's over, what is on that's worthy of watching? So we'll talk about that as well. So let's get it started.
Yeah. I was going to do a vertical jump there. Thank you, Sox.
Travel been to Indiana, and did Cover 2 Cook get you a good hotel?
Indiana? No, I'm in Louisiana. I'm here for Mardi Gras.
I know that this might be hard, but I don't know how much you remember Friday night since we left you damn near when you fell asleep.
I got my belly full, man. I was like, I warm covers, I was like, I could go to sleep right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jack Dorsey.
Final answer?
Yes. All right.
This is going to be a long fucking day.
All right. Welcome back to Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 191, and we got to start with the NFL, the king of all sports. We only have one game left, but Lisa and I had talked about the AFC and NFC Championship. Mr. Timmy Cook, start me with the AFC. I know it's a tough one, but what'd you think about that game?
It was really tough, and I knew it was going to be a hard game to play, or it was a hard game for them to win. I knew it, but I think the key to the game was that fourth down play. You got to kick the field goal. You have a backup quarterback that hasn't thrown in 2 years. Now, don't get me wrong, that throw he threw to, I think it was Sutton?
Yep.
For the touchdown was a dime, and I'm thinking, if you could do that all game, oh, buddy, yeah, we're going to be looking really good. But you weren't moving the ball. Okay, so on the third down, you didn't move hardly the ball at all. You get to the fourth down, and you call a timeout, Sean Payton.
Yep.
I'm thinking they're bluffing. They're going to kick the field goal. No. They decided to go for it anyway. And the Patriots knew what was coming. And it was just like, what are you doing? You have a backup quarterback. You could go up 10-0. I hate this freaking analytics. I hate it because I think it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it because you've got somebody in your ear saying, hey, it's 4th and 1. ESPN.com says, go for it. Or you've got somebody in your ear saying, go for it. And he didn't have the right play call.
Yeah.
I would have rather seen R.J. Harvey run up the middle or even Stidham run up the middle on a quarterback sneak. What the hell that? Because the Patriots knew what the hell was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, they snuffed it out. They almost intercepted it. So now you got that. And another thing, too, take the 10-0 because the Patriots were not moving the ball whatsoever. None. Zero. They still didn't hardly move it in the second half, but that's because of the weather. But you had them on the ropes. A 10-0 lead, 2-score game. I know it's early in that game, but you've got to kick the field goal. Sometimes, what is the object of the game, Anthony? To outscore your opponent.
Yep.
That is all you got to do. You've got to outscore your opponent. And he's got that Denny's playbook and menu there. Stop. Just kick it, buddy. And it's going to come back. I think it's going to – I hope there are no ill effects from going into next year with that play call because that cost them the game. I hate to say that, but it did. Because then you've got them they're still not moving the ball. And instead of – I don't know what he was thinking by that shovel pass. They're lucky that the referee blew the play dead because they couldn't advance the ball, or they would have scored a touchdown. Take the sack, Stidham. Take the sack. Live to play another game, another play. Don't try to do too much.
Well,
Why
I
do
want
you do that?
to stop right there. I think it's one thing to go against a scout team defense. It's a whole when you go against a live defense, you got to get rid of the ball there.
Right.
It was a screenplay. It was never coming. Take this, even if you got the rough or the you're in the pocket and you intentional grounding, whatever.
Yeah.
It's better than what came out of it. I think because of him scoring that touchdown, he thought, I got the confidence. I can go finish this off, and then that's what that happened.
Yes. So that made it 7-7. So I mean, I'm as a fan, I was not. I mean, like, okay, no big deal, you know. But then, you know, they just weren't moving the ball. You could tell he was rusty. He was missing his receivers big time. I mean, and the receivers, there was nothing going on with them. Troy Franklin is out because of a hamstring. Now the other guy, can't think of his name, they had the concussion. Brian, he's now out with a hamstring. So you couldn't really throw the ball to anybody. They had to lean, I said this before, they had to lean on the running attack of R.J. Harvey. And they tried, but they just that defensive line of the Patriots is really good. It's really, really good. I mean, they got pressure on him all day. You could just tell. And, and then in the second half, they come out and the Patriots got the ball. They milked that clock for everything they had. They had almost 10 minutes in that third quarter, and they ended up just with a field goal. But this is still a winnable game here at 10-7. Now, I know the weather conditions did turn, but it's just like they got the ball in the fourth quarter, and they started moving the ball, and then they got a chance to tie. And Will Lutz can't decide how far 8 yards is to kick the ball. He decides to kick it at 7 yards. Well, that affects the trajectory of the kick, and the guy gets his hand up. And I mean, and that's another thing too. You guys didn't know, Sean Payton, that this storm was coming in.
Yeah.
Come on. So you take the points, and I think his logic at the end of the game said, I'd rather been up 14. I'd rather been up 14 than 10-0. Really? You have a backup quarterback that hasn't played in 2 years. Come on, man.
Well, you only ended up 7-0 because you didn't even get the first down. Well, and that's and 1 second. So you're talking about this. You can't tell me that Sean Payton didn't know the weather was coming because before the game they said that it was supposed to be snow for every quarter. Every quarter was supposed to have it. So, okay, the first quarter you barely get anything. Second quarter you're kind of getting a little bit more now. What did you think? Like, you needed the points because you knew field goal. Just because Adam Vinatieri did it well back in the day doesn't mean that every kicker can do it well there. And let's remember, Patriots missed a field goal as well too.
Right. So, right before that happened, then they missed another one.
Yeah. And I gotta ask you one question though, because to wrap this all up, because we got to move on to the NFC game. Does it hurt worse knowing now that Drake May called his own number to get that first down? Like, didn't even tell anyone. Yeah. And then literally calls his own number to get it. Because that, for me, that's a person that at the age of 23 that's got life by the balls, that just knows that the team has the confidence in him. Honestly, I think he also thought his defense is going to, even if he don't get it, the defense is going to back him up. But, like, that had to hurt knowing at a fan after that, like, Drake May said, I'm going to finish this game right now.
Yeah. He didn't have a great game. I mean, 83 yards passing and 60 yards rushing? I mean, he didn't have a great game. This is a game this was a winnable game. It was a winnable game. And I don't want to be that guy, but if you had Bo Nix, I think they beat him. I know they beat him. I know they beat him.
I know we went on the last one. We said the what if, but you can't do the what if because
you can't.
You had that moment. Yeah. And I also want to say this too. They had 0 turnovers. The defense got 0 turnovers against the Patriots, while the Patriots got 2 turnovers on. That was a game right there. That's playoff games to a T. 1 could be a difference of it. 2, there's a good chance, definitely in those snow conditions. Yeah, tough one. Let's move over to that NFC Championship game. What'd you think about the Seahawks and the Rams? Because that came down to a thriller.
I think it was Sam the man. I'm telling you right now, that was the key. Every time it seemed like the Rams would get back in the ball game, Sam would take that team right back down the field and score again. JSN had a hell of a game. I think I was sitting next to Zach Swiderski, and I asked him before the game, I says, what's the over-under prop bet for JSN? He said 80-some yards, I think it was. I said, take the over. I think he has a monster game, and he had a monster game. Fuck, he had over the 80 halfway probably through the second quarter. I know he had almost 100 at halftime. I mean, he was just on deal. And then we come back to the end that Sean Payton goes for it on, or not Sean Payton. McVay goes for it on 4th down, 4th and 4. I don't know. I mean, I think this analytics, these guys and these offensive coordinators, it's just we've got too much going on with this, going for it on 4th down. How's that? Where's Dan Campbell at right now?
One second. No. So they had to go for it. They were down 4. A field goal still puts you down 1.
Right.
Like, so you're still going to have to kick another field goal. You had to score a touchdown there. There was no reason not to go for it. They went for it on the earlier in that possession, and that's when Stafford used his legs. And on the podcast, that's what I said was, why? Like, I understand Stafford's older. I get it. But Aaron Rodgers used his legs throughout the year when he needed to. Stafford on that 4-4, if he takes off running, I think he gets the first down. But instead throws it where nobody's going to get. He threw it to the defense instead of throwing it to the offense. Like,
Right.
I don't understand where that was a better decision than just taking off running. Put your body on the line. You don't even know if you're coming back now.
Right. I mean, that's kind of a questionable call with that, but because you still would have. The only bad deal is that you still done right. You still done one, and you really haven't stopped Darnold all game, really.
Yeah.
And I kind of get that because you had to go for the win.
Yep.
And I get it, but I mean, you get it within one, you get a stop. Now you get the ball back, and now all you need is a field goal to win.
Yeah. Well, and
before you needed a touchdown to win. So
yeah, but that's where like the NFL has now become where I want the ball in my hand.
Right.
I would rather have my offense on the field than my defense. In that scenario, I think you had to run it, but then get a stop.
Yeah.
Get a freaking stop. They couldn't stop the running attack. And there's nothing more powerful, nothing more just nuts on your forehead when a defense knows you're going to run the ball. The offense says we're going to run the ball. They could come up and say, hey, we're going to run the ball. And they still get 6 and 7 yards. Like,
Right.
That's just so demoralizing to a defense. And that's what they did. I mean, they gave him 25 seconds left. I didn't even know if they were going to give him the ball back. I thought they were going to run the full clock out after that 4-4. And that was a great. But you said the right thing about this when you started off. Sam Darnold took a monkey off of his back. Because even if they don't win the Super Bowl, you can't tell me that he is not a big game player, because that was a big game and he played his ass off.
Yes. And Anthony, as a Vikings fan, what'd you think of that then?
I still am okay with. Okay, so
Really?
I hear everyone talking about it, right? I'm still okay with Sam Darnold leaving because I hear people from the Jets organization saying, "Well, look what you had," and he would have never been the person he is in the Jets. I don't think he would have been the person in Minnesota. We saw it. He got yips that week 18 in the playoff game. Don't get me wrong. The playoff game was more of the whole offensive line. I think the Vikings are kicking themselves in the ass more about Daniel Jones leaving than Sam Darnold.
Really. Because I mean, with JJ, and then also too with JJ McCarthy, what is he gonna? I mean,
but you had to find out. You
exactly.
had to,
right.
because the whole plan was to get a rookie quarterback, pay Justin Jefferson, pay these guys, and now you find out this is not the quarterback that we could have on a rookie deal. And I still don't even know if the Vikings actually have made that decision yet. I think the Vikings still might go into this year doing the same shit that they did last year, where they'll play through it. So we'll have to see. But no, I think Sam Darnold, all 5 teams, because remember, he played for 5 teams.
Yeah.
Like San Francisco, he's a backup. He's in Carolina. He's in New York. He's in Minnesota. But this is the place that was going to make him who he is. Just the same way with Baker Mayfield. He stays in Cleveland. Nobody remembers him.
Right.
But because he goes to Tampa, goes to an organization that actually can get him to where he needs to be, look who he is now.
Yeah, and Clint Kubiak is doing one hell of a job with him.
Yeah.
As far as setting up game plans for him.
And that game also reminded me of Kenneth Walker, Michigan State days. Like, he was running people over. Like, he had a hell of a game too. So, but yes, all right. Well, we got to move on because we already talked about the AFC and NFC Championship. We're on to the coaching carousel as the Bills have hired Joe Brady as their head coach. I actually kind of like it. I do. And here's why. You couldn't do better out in the market than Sean McDermott. So you got to go in-house. And you got to give Joe Brady this chance. I think he's more of a player's coach. I also think the other thing, too, is Josh Allen was sitting in during these meetings and stuff like that, interviews. Phil Rivers pulls his name out. You're like, what the is going? Joe Brady. All right, keep it in-house. Let's just see how this goes. I think Joe Brady and Josh Allen have a good relationship. There you go. But here's my problem. If you start losing, don't you see the fans coming after, well, this is who Josh Allen wanted? This is what – that's the only bad part about him being in it. I think it makes sense why he's in the interviews. But at the same time, I think Joe Brady's a good hire. What did you think about this?
I think this is the GM's hiring. I mean, I think this is what he wanted he wanted McDermott out and he wanted Joe Brady in. You could just see the writing on the wall. I mean, they weren't. I mean, when Philip Rivers took his name out, which I didn't think that one was a serious one anyway. I mean, what kind of coaching experience does he have? But you just see the right. Bean is now flexing the GM Beam. I can't think of his first name. Is flexing his muscles now because he knows he won't get fired. He's not going to get fired with this. He thinks that this is going to be the answer. And I would imagine Josh Allen had some input on it. Hey, yeah, we did really well this year. Let's run it back and see what happens. But I'm going to tell you right now, they better get some people on that offensive for the wide receivers and get some help for him. Because I'm telling you right now, what they've got right now isn't going to cut it. They got to get a number one. You know, A.J. Brown would look really good in a Buffalo Bills uniform.
Well, I heard Hopkins already said he threw his name out there. Hey, I wouldn't. I think I'd be good. Hopkins is on the real back end of his career. I think there's a lot of good wide receivers and I think this draft is going to have a lot of good wide receivers as well. But you got to go get that one. And is DJ Moore and Chicago a good one? Because do you see Chicago kind of moving on now that they have a bunched up wide receiver group? Is what's his name? The second wide receiver for Minnesota, Jordan Addison.
Oh, yeah, right.
Is Jordan Addison a good one to go after now? I don't see that as a Minnesota Vikings fan, but you know that's
number two again. You need to go after number one. You've got to get somebody that he can throw to in crunch time. You've got to. And right now they don't have anything.
Yeah, but I also think that's more limited than we think in the NFL now these days. Like we used to have big wide receivers like Calvin Johnson and things like that used to be like, okay, those T.O., Chad Ochocinco, those guys. I think now you're talking about more speedster wide receivers, not possessional wide receivers, ones where jump ball matters. Even DK Metcalf, he's on his back end of his career.
Right.
You saw that this year with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers threw the ball to him even when he wasn't open, and he still, and definitely in that playoff game, he couldn't catch a cold.
Right. Before we get off the NFL, I did hit both my picks. I had Denver with the 5.5 and Seattle with the 2, given the 2.5. So I did get undefeated once this year.
There it is.
Only been 2 games, but I still get undefeated.
Well, and you beat the majority because the majority went 50%.
Yeah.
So they had the they took Patriots, I think. Yeah. All right, last thing about the NFL we got to talk about is the Pro Bowl officially dead. What did you think about this? Like, now the flag football game's on a Tuesday. What do you think about all this?
It's done. What are we doing? I mean, I would really love to see what the viewership is on this. Yeah. Because it is. It's just now that we see that Shedeur Sanders gets into the Pro Bowl, it's a entertainment now. It's nothing to do about the game. It is not about competition. It's about entertainment.
Yeah. Well, and the competition ended a long time ago. Let's be real. And when you took it out of Hawaii, that's when the competition stopped. Really. Right. I mean, it probably actually stopped when the punter decided to do a fake and Sean Taylor lit him up. Like the punter sat on the ground for so long that people were like, did he just do that? But Shedeur getting in over Trevor Lawrence, crazy. Also hilarious because I've seen so many memes of things of Mel Kiper being like, told you. Okay. But I got a question for you. Can you name another 5th round player that has been to the Pro Bowl in their first year? There's only one.
Really? Oh,
wide receiver.
Wide receiver?
Yep.
Megatron, I don't know.
No, Puka Nacua. Megatron was like a first round.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua is the only other 5th rounder in their first year go to the Pro Bowl. Wow. So that's what we're going to put a 7 touchdown, 10 interception quarterback in. I mean, the only person that thought Shedeur is a Pro Bowler is his father. That's the only person that has thought that he is a Pro Bowler. Absolutely crazy. I will say, I think flag football is exactly his game, though. That is exactly up his wheelhouse, where he doesn't have to get tackled. So, all right, well, we got to move on to college football. There's one big interesting news, and I think it's going to set a precedence for a lot that's going to come forward on this. Duke and quarterback Darian Mensah came to an agreement on a settlement in their own words, said fair and mutually agreeable resolution. Mensah will likely transfer to Miami. So Duke said, I'm going to sue you because we signed this deal. You said you don't want to play here anymore. You're going to transfer. They're now coming to an agreement. I think this is the start. You're going to see this a lot more often. You're going to see, and I don't know what the settlement all inclusive and what that is, because I don't know if they're getting their money back or getting a portion of the money back or whatever. But you're going to see this because you're seeing players being like, oh, I'll take that money, and then someone else comes knocking. We're seeing Coach for Dabo talking about people texting while players are in class and stuff like that.
Yeah.
After you're going to see this now where the colleges are going to say, okay, NCAA is not doing anything. We're going to go do it then. And this is where that flag behind me, that shit don't happen. If you're coming there, you're going there. And then if you want to transfer out, you're out. See you later. We're not going to bring you in by money. We're going to bring you in by our brand alone. But what do you think about hearing about this news?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think you're going to see a lot more of it. I mean, just like anybody else in the real world, I'm suing you. They all, half the time it doesn't even go to court anyway. They settle out of court. So yeah, I think you're going to see a lot more. But there's a lot of money involved with this.
Yep.
NILs and transfer portal deals. And the college, like you said, the NCAA isn't doing anything. Guess what? The colleges are going to.
Yep.
Because these colleges are spending a lot of money on these players. If not the colleges, the boosters are. And that's the deal. We don't want to make boosters mad. We don't want, what's the guy for Indiana? Mad.
Mark Cuban.
We don't want Matthew McConaughey mad. We don't want these people mad because guess what? They'll stop donating because you ain't dealing with this the proper way. So, I mean, I totally get it. I mean, you're going to see a lot more of it, I think. A lot more.
I think you're going to have to. That's the only way. And I think even Dabo doing what he did is going to cause the NCAA to have to step in. Yeah. You can't have a coach talking about another coach the way that you did on a national stage like that. You can't. So what are you going to do about it? Well, you got to get involved. There has to be some rules. I'm glad that they're doing the $20 million as the limit. I know a lot of people ADs are like, well, that's not enough. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Like, what do you want? The salary cap of the NFL?
Yeah.
Like, is that really where you want to go to? Where, I mean, we're talking about quarterbacks that are making more money than a Pro Bowl Shedeur Sanders. Okay. Right. Like, it's crazy how much these players are making, and they're playing at a lower level. They're not even playing at the same type of talent level. Like, it's just, but I'm glad that Duke at least got something out of this. Right. I don't know what the agreement is. I don't know if I don't care if they just are like, hey, you got to sign 10 things so we can sell it on eBay. I don't care. Right. It's better than nothing.
Right.
All right. Well, I kind of brought this question up. So what are we watching now that football is almost over, right? We don't have any more college football, no NFL until, which the Super Bowl, I always hate this, how it's 2 weeks later. I do like how there's a Super Bowl week where we get to see like all the people get involved and things like this. But what are you watching these days now?
I did catch up on Landman.
Okay.
Paramount Plus. If anybody that watches the podcast, watch this show. It is a very good show. It's very awesome. The season finale just came out, not last Sunday, but Sunday. Excuse me, Sunday before. It was really good. That's the main deal. And I haven't been watching basketball, but I did watch the Illinois game against Purdue. The Wagner kid from Illinois. He's probably going to be a one and done, but they beat Purdue at Purdue, which they haven't beat them there in 6 years. So I think if they could keep doing what they're doing, they got great inside help with the centers. They got a lot of offensive rebounds. They could be a scary team come March Madness.
Yeah. So I've been watching college basketball. I've been watching TGL. I've been watching a little hockey, right? Just trying to get into some other sports. It's hilarious, though, because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to take the TV and turn something on. And Lisa's like, oh, let's watch, whatever, right? And I'm like, well, there's college basketball. And she's like, that doesn't start till March. But it starts now. I did watch the Illinois. There's actually a good game tonight. I think it's Michigan versus Nebraska, 3-5. So I know we're recording Tuesday night. It'll be out Wednesday, but that'll be a good game. I've also been watching this TGL. And I love this TGL. I absolutely love it. I wish I could play it because the putting greens are amazing. I think the way they hit, I don't even know if I could hit the screen. Let's be 100% honest here too. They're so far back from that screen, and every one of them is just a perfect drive. It's only on Tuesday nights though, so we're recording on Tuesday night. I'll watch it tonight. Probably turn that and basketball on while I kind of get my workout in tonight. But yeah, those are the two things, because I hate this time of the year.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like, I can't get into the NBA. Like, oh, people are like, oh, you're going to watch the Lakers versus the Bulls? LeBron's going where Michael Jordan built. No, I don't give a shit. I could care less about the NBA. Hockey's fun because hockey's now kind of ramping up, getting closer to that playoff time. So that's good to watch. But otherwise, anything else you're watching, like outside of Landman, or anything else you're watching?
Not really. I mean, that's been pretty much about it. Like I said, I caught up. Was it Saturday night? I caught up on all the last 3 episodes I had to watch. So, I mean, Tulsa King, I've already seen that one. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's already been. I've already got caught up on that. But other than that, I haven't.
Well, and these I watched it. Did you see the guy that on Netflix climbed the building? We talked about that.
I
on the
did
last
see
podcast.
a little bit of that. I seen the highlights of it. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit there.
Yeah. Well, and I was thinking about how many people at home are like, I could do that shit. It's like, no, you can't. Don't try it either.
No.
But we did finish the last podcast with a question. Social media has been hitting with a question, okay? And the last podcast, the social media question was, would you send your spouse to prison for 2 years for $20 million? Now, in this case for you, would you send me to prison for 2 years for $20 million?
No, I couldn't do that.
You could do it.
I couldn't do it. Not for 20 million.
Oh, wow. Well, then there's a part B to that. Could you send my sister?
No, I still.
Oh, you sat there and thought a little too long. I know she watches this shit, and he better.
Don't
say
worry.
No.
Her son does, and my grandkid. Yeah. So he'll be like, "Mom, you can't believe this."
Yeah. Well, it was so funny because we did it, and there was a social media question that was going by. It was like, would you punch your spouse in the face for like $2 million?
wow.
But you can't tell them within 7 days why you did what you did.
Right.
And I was starting to tell this question to Lisa, and before I could even get the full question out, she's like, yeah. I said, what if it's for $1? And she's like, yeah, I'm down. Like, I was like, all right.
For free.
Yeah. I said, well, it must be that I obviously had gotten the doghouse from the whole podcast before.
Yeah, from the danger guy.
yeah, that one. But yeah, it was so funny because Lisa said, obviously, she said, yes, send me to prison for 2 years. I told her, I said, I don't think you can last for 2 years, 100%.
Right.
But you're going to have to figure the damn out because we need that money. We need that $20 million. I did retract it and say that I couldn't go 2 days without her. So 2 years would be way too long.
Right.
Yeah, so I did get in the good graces by the end of it. But yeah, it was.
Nice.
All right. Well, this is episode 191. We'll be back on Friday. I don't know what we're going to talk about, people. I have no clue. Well, hopefully by then we'll have some more NFL news because we still have some coaches or some places that are open for coaching. I would love to see what the Raiders are going to do since Tom Brady's so much involved in this. So we'll have to see what they do as well. We'll kind of talk about that. Maybe we bring back a little bit of the trivia because we had fun with that in the offseason. Otherwise, tell us what you guys are watching. I need something else to watch. Let us know what you're watching. If you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube and all those. Have a great rest of your week because it is super cold out. Enjoy the home warmth. Don't get someone to come in and check your attic like I did because they tell me I got to spend $7,000. Don't do that. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you on Friday.